Hi everyone, as promised, I will be putting away all of the cards I received so far from the red sleeve merchandise. So here's a summary of everything. So this includes cards from the OST album, the first press photo book essay, or photo essay, and also the script book. And so I've done unboxings of all these, if you haven't checked those out yet. But since I've accumulated so many of these cards, I thought it was a good time to finally put these away. So I am a big 2 p.m. collector, and I have individual binders dedicated to Junho's work. In one of the binders, I do have a section for all of his acting projects. And so I'm just going to add these cards to that section of my binder. And so in this video, I'm just going to wing it and see where best to place all these cards. So this is the Junho binder that I house all of his acting projects in, along with some other things. And we'll flip through it quickly. So it starts off with his solo albums, so all the Japanese ones, and then Korean albums. And then here is where the acting projects start. So I do have this sorted by, first by movies and dramas in chronological order. And so these are going to be all of his movies he's been in. So Cold Eyes, 20, Memories of the Sword, Roses and Tulips, and then Home Fatale. And then here is the start of all the drama stuff. It's a lot easier to organize his movies because in the Japanese releases they came out with these flyers, which provided sort of a nice divider for each project. And here, when it comes to his dramas, a lot of the times you only get cards from either the Korean box sets or various Japanese promotional things. And so I think when it comes to the red sleeve, I'm just going to let it be its own section since we do have quite a few cards to fill out. All of his earlier stuff like Memory, Just Between Lovers, Walk of Love, and Confession will all be kind of its own thing. And then we'll start adding all the red sleeve things in here. And what you may have noticed is I also like to group things related to size. So I'm going to just start with this 9 pocket page sleeve here. And conveniently, we have exactly 9 cards total, excluding the non-picture cards. So there are some images that are very similar, like this clear card and this particular Junho card. So I'm gonna have to arrange this in a way so this page looks interesting. But before I do that, I'm going to sleeve these. And so I like to use the Dragon Shield Clear Classic cards just to give it another layer of protection. And I've also noticed that it just kind of helps the cards lay nicely inside of the page. So let's do that first. And this is the last little batch of dragon sleeve sleeves I have, so I'm gonna have to buy some more for the next few videos I have planned. Let's move the clear cards by themselves because yeah, I'm gonna have to arrange those in an interesting way. And I do kind of want the script book cards to be together because they depict the same scene. And all these couple cards, I'm probably just going to have to either have them on the bottom here or kind of just move them around. Let's see. Right. Enter this a bit more. All right. So okay, let's just kind of play around first. What might be the obvious thing to do would be to have all the couple cards on the bottom, and then each respected card could be like this, or I might alternate these guys. Or does that look weird to have kind of the same card there? It does look a little strange, doesn't it? What I could do, because I do have these cards too, I was thinking of putting these in the back somewhere. So all the backs, what the backs look like, are going to be all their signatures or quotes. Yeah, so I might just have the clear cards bring them back here. Sorry, I'm just going to be playing around a little bit until I'm semi-satisfied. So, we do this. Kind of like this, because that way this page looks interesting, and when we flip it to the other side, it should also look interesting. The problem is I only have one more of these guys. So put it on this card, and then I guess that means, so when I flip this page, which way do I want them facing? Do I want Seong looking at Junho, or Junho looking at Seong? I think it's more in character for Seong to look at. Yeah, let's do that. So I can swap these two. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to then remove this clear card so that they share the same sleeve, since I am running out. Stick that in. I want, yeah, I'll do this. And the question is this the right way? This way. And of course, I don't know what's going to come into the Director's Cut Blu-ray, so that may or may not change how this page looks. Depends what sort of items they stuck in that set. And I'm sure this will have a Japanese release too eventually, so I don't know if there'll be cards that will be easy to get. I don't really plan on buying another DVD box set, which is usually popular in Japan. And there's something stuck here. But if they're like promotional cards or something that are fairly easy to get via proxy, that'll be just another thing to stick on here. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this page. And then this is what it looks like on the back side. So actually, I might swap this because the sticker here looks a little funny, a little bit. And yeah, the side looks much cleaner, I think. Yeah, the lantern's there too. Yeah. And I have those the wrong way, don't I? Let's swap them. Just so that they're in character. Let's just let them swap these cards. Doesn't really matter which side they're on. Perfect. Alright, so next up are all the postcards. And so I'm going to start with the smaller things first because I think we're going to have to use the larger sleeves for these guys. So for these things, I'll have to check to see what size sleeve works best. So I can do 2 pocket, which these things have no problem fitting, but ideally I want more pockets. So I do have this 4-page pocket, but I think it's going to be, yeah, this is too small for 4 pockets. But I do have this 3-pocket page by BCW that should hopefully work. And yeah, this looks like it's a work, and it's also roomy, so if you have a different brand, it probably will work as well. I've just noticed over the years that BCW, the pockets are a little bit wider, which is easier to fit the 6x8 size cards. There's this, and then this is this note here, but I think I'm going to just keep it folded up. And then, yeah, have the bookmark on top. Perfect. That's what it looks like on the back side. Alright, so now for the larger cards. All these cards I pulled from the script book Photocard collection set. And then these 2 are the mini posters from the photo essay, if I'm not mistaken. So these are really big. The largest 2-pocket page sleeves I have are these, and they might be a little too wide and long, which I'm worried about. Yeah, so they're a tad too long, so these are going to have to go into 1-pocket page. So I'll leave that for last. And these are not quite as long as the mini posters. They're just like 1 millimeter or 2 shorter. So let's see if these fit. Okay, yeah. So these will be the perfect fit when it comes to width. They do poke out a little bit. Comes to the height there, but I think that's the best I could do at this point. I really don't want to just use a bunch of 1-pocket pages and really bulk up this binder. Alright, so I haven't organized these yet, so let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's an odd one here. Yeah, oh, and then I should have mentioned, I only pulled Junho's solo photos and then the unit photos, just because of space. And this is mostly a Junho binder. I do like to keep the co-star smaller cards with his cards. But yeah, unfortunately there's not that much room for much else. Alright, so I'm going to just, I think, group all the solo cards together and then the unit cards. So, these are the 2 solo cards. And you can see here how much it sticks out a little bit if you plan on using a similar sleeve. And I'm going to double these up because there's nothing on the back. These are the same images as the mini poster, so I'm going to make sure they're not in the same kind of area. So let's change things up slightly. To here. And trying to alternate the orientation. Yeah. So, going back to the Blu-ray, they did say that there's not going to be a photo book, so I don't think there's going to be many cards either, because it sounds like they sort of used all the images they had for the rest of the merchandise. So yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of cards to be in the Blu-ray. Maybe like one. After I put these away, I will talk about more what I'm thinking of. Okay, so it's a pity that we have 4 and 4 here. Yeah, sorry. Get this guy in. Because I am left with this one. So if the Blu-ray does come with larger cards or postcards, makes sense to keep this page in here. But if they decide to not include cards, or I guess larger cards, I might have to rethink this whole layout, because I'm not sure how many just one-off pages I want. So I'm just going to keep this here for now. And I unfortunately do not have a nice one pocket page on hand at the moment. I need to buy more. But as a temporary placeholder, I do have this page that I usually use for my dividers, because they do stick out a bit more that way. But I'm just going to group these like so. And I usually like to stagger these a bit just to fill out the page so there's not a lot of just empty space. Like that. Yeah, so this will be a temporary page. Hopefully I'll find something a little bit smaller to contain those a little better. But in summary, this is what I came up with. So all the nice 9 pocket page cards all together. A little bit on the back. And some other postcards and things from the OST. postcards. Yeah, so it'd be nice if there are a few more things to fill this section out when the Blu-ray does come. But yeah, I'm only expecting really, I'll flip over to this page. I'm only really expecting a serial kind of number that they usually provide on the Korean box sets. And maybe a postcard, like a set of like 5 postcards maybe. And I think if they do provide postcards or photocards, they're just going to be the same images we already have, but that's okay. I guess that's better than nothing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little organization video. I'm still waiting for the Junho Moment MD to arrive. It's still, I don't think Soundwave has actually shipped it to Oakfit yet, so it's very concerning, and I hope that will change sometime soon, so I could share what I ended up picking, what I picked up, because I did buy a lot of merch from his fan meeting, and so there'll be a lot of things to share on that front. And I think I'm probably going to be doing another organization video just for the recent Season's Greetings cards. But yeah, there'll be a lot more things to put away in that video, so I just need to pick up a few more supplies before I start that. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I will link down below all the supplies I used for reference if you're thinking about how to store your own cards. And until my next video, bye guys.